Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just making this video real quick to talk about a few things. One thing is habits, and the second thing is to kind of touch on the TROV trade that I reviewed a couple days ago. So I've been holding it for a week or so, and you need to understand the thing about swing trading and pattern setups. You have to let it work. You have to have the patience to let it form. You got to understand, like, it continued to make higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Yeah, it's grinding up, but the float is it's pretty large, so it takes a lot of buying power, and they're not really releasing news that's allowing these buyers to come in, right? So you got to understand there's bullish divergence in that chart. There's also increasing volume, and the major level to be watching for right now is 37 cents. Why? Because the last time it shot up to 46 cents, it came down and it touched 37 and it bounced back up to 46. So if we break that 37-cent level, now I believe it can go substantially lower. So I'm not the one predicting the markets. I'm not saying which way it will go, but give it time to set up. You know, watch for that 37-cent point, but if it holds that, just have the patience to hold it through. If you don't have the patience and you have large capital in it, I understand. But if you have small size and you're waiting for a 20 cent, 30-cent gain, have patience because the setup will work. It's been proven. Strategies work if you let them work for you. You can't force it to work. Like sometimes it might take 2 weeks instead of 1 week. If the pattern's forming, let it form. Just have the patience. The person who has the most patience is going to make the most money. That's the same way as fundamental analysis. You're understanding that the company is undervalued or they have hidden assets or all these different things. But you need to understand you have to have the patience to hold through all those years on that macro trend. Sometimes there's going to be that consolidation because the economics of our country or whatever is not really doing much, right? But if you have that belief and you did your due diligence to understand what's going on with that chart, what's going on with the company, then just let it work. Have the patience. You got to settle down, or you're going to continue to pay all these commission fees and you're going to keep selling for a loss, and it's going to be a gain. You're going to look back and be like, why did I do that? So, to get off that topic, I want to go right into habits. Habits for a healthy daily routine. I'm not saying on like your health level, but like good routines to have and good habits to incorporate. Um, a few good habits to incorporate. One I really like to do is reading. So I like to read every single day, right? If it's on human behavior, if it's on economics, or it's on business, or it's on self development, or it's on the markets, I love to read it because you need to become a more valuable person, and your income will follow. Jerome Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job, because working hard on yourself will make you a fortune, and working hard on your job will make you a living. So you gotta really think about it like this. Or time is more valuable than money because you can't get any more time back, but you can make more money. So you take those two quotes into consideration, and just like every single day, if you're able to develop yourself and you're not wasting time and idling your success, and you're sitting, you're watching movies all day, you're sitting playing video games all day, and you're not thinking, what is the next step tomorrow so I can progress? What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do next week that's going to progress me to the next month so I can be more valuable of a person next year, in 2 months, 4 months, 6 months? Obviously, I'm not where I want to be right now in my life, but if I were to look back 1 year and say, like, who I was to who I am now, it's an unbelievable change. Like, there's no words that can comprehend, no words that I can use to explain the way I feel inside. Um, the second one is like good sleeping and eating routine. So like getting good sleep and eating well. I struggle with eating well sometimes. I do get good sleep, but with eating well, like sometimes I'm lazy, sometimes I don't want to cook anything. So I end up buying fast food and stuff like that. But that's something I really need to work on because, like, I don't know who said this, but there's like four or five pillars to like a good lifestyle. So it's just like wealth, happiness, um, wealth, health, happiness, money. I really don't know. I'm just literally just saying this off the top of my head, but I know that um, if you don't have the health to spend that money when you do make it, then you can't really like live a happy life. Nobody's happy if they're sick in their bed and they can't get out. So you want to take care of your body while you're working on yourself. And that's one thing I really need to incorporate now, right? Like I really been neglecting eating well and working out because in 2 to 3 years, all those, um, what do you call it? I guess neglects, they turn from a an infection to a disease. So just from forgetting every single day or saying, oh, I'd rather go get fast food than eat that apple or something, or I'd rather just sit here and look at the charts than go to the gym. It's just like those little neglects, they add to a bigger disease, right? So it's just like you got to stay focused on that. You got to stay focused. And I continue to try to remind myself of that every day. But it gets hard sometimes, right? Because you're so preoccupied with work, school, your personal self development goals, or anything else, right? So just like staying focused is extremely important on those things. Another thing is like taking care of the small disciplines before you take care of the big ones. So like let's say that um, you're trying to go out there and you're trying to run a business, but you go back and you look at your room and it's a complete disaster. Your house is a complete disaster. You cannot possibly think. You can't think straight. There's something that's blocking some part of your brain that's not allowing you to think fully. Like you can't fully comprehend everything. You can't fully absorb the information. You can't do other things that you're supposed to be doing because you have this little thing in the back of your head that's saying, I gotta do this. So instead of taking that out and filling it with something else, you're literally just you just have that constant reminder, do this, do this, do this. If you can do it now, do it now. If you have to make a phone call, do it now. That's one thing that I've been really taking into consideration. Just when I have to do something, do it now. Don't neglect it. If you can do it at this moment, do it right now. Make that call, do that work. Look at something, read this, buy that, get it. Don't postpone it because it's literally postponing your success. It's postponing your future. It was kind of like my computer situation. I I didn't have my double monitor set up. I had a MacBook. I couldn't trade through my MacBook. I was trading through the bank app, and what else? Oh yeah, the tires on my car. It's just like I continue to think about this every single day, and it was just wasting my mental capacity on what else I could be doing with it, right? So as soon as I got my tires fixed, I got brand new tires, new rims, got my computer set up, got everything that I needed. It's just like your mind feels so clean, so clear. Now you're thinking about new things to do. But yeah, like in the last 2 months, I've literally read almost six books, and I'm in school and I work, right? And it's just like a lot of people they neglect those things, and it's extremely important, right? Like before last summer, I had like maybe 5 books. Now I'm at 40. So it's just like I'm very, very dedicated to developing my philosophy, the way I look at life, the way I look at myself, how I can act better, how I can communicate better, and I just feel like it's so important, and a lot of people neglect that, and they spend time playing these video games and stuff. And yeah, it could be making them happy and stuff, but overall, is it really contributing to your success? Because we're all put in different circumstances in our life, and there's so many variables that are against us not wanting us to succeed. So it's just like, how are you going to sit there and do nothing? Like you're resigning to your goals, you're resigning to your dreams just by doing that. Because who's to say you're about to get a serious disease and you're on your deathbed at 25, 26 years old, and you're like, I didn't do anything. Like my friend told me about this story about this lady who just went blind, and she's like 30 years old, and she got blind a week ago. And I'm like, that is unbelievable. Like imagine living your life and then going blind. It's just like, and you didn't do anything in that time, right? You didn't try to put your all into something. You didn't try to face your dreams, face your failures, do all these things. Now you're like shut off. You have like a mind that has visualized the world, but now you don't. Now you don't have the vision. You can't see, and it's crazy. Like obviously you can somehow like work around it to make it work for your benefit, but like it's just sad to see that because people don't understand that. It's just like when the time comes, then they react. Instead of being proactive, they're being reactive. They're reacting to it. But you should be ready for this. You should be working hard every single day so you don't have to come to that point. You know what I mean? Like, you want to work on yourself every single day. Work on your craft. Practice what you like. And if you don't know what you like, go out there and figure it out. Fuck up. Make mistakes. Like, learn as much as you possibly can at these young ages because when you get older and you have all these responsibilities, then it's a little bit harder. Right? So just take it serious. Fail your way to success. Fail your way to success. And that's the way I look at it every single day. It's just like, I don't put everything in this micro view. I look at it in the macro view. I put everything into perspective. Like, this year is irrelevant. This year could be the year that changes my life. But compared to the next 20 years, it's irrelevant this year. If I'm doing shit or if I'm doing good, it's irrelevant. You want to be able to stay in the game. People are thinking now. You got to think for the next 30, 40 years. But you have to be putting it all in today. You have to be making it happen today. Because if you keep us postponing it, you're literally postponing all your dreams. 1 year postponing something, it could extend it for another 10 years. You never know. This could be a year now. But if you're not preparing yourself,